The spy Hurstwine is enjoying the comforts of one of our cells. Now I would hear from you, Sabine. If you're safe, I trust the Lady Periel is as well.
You don't gotta worry. Me, the lady, and that butler fellow went east before crossing the desert south into Euchris. Periel said she's on friendly terms with their king, and that he'd help her out.
But I thought we agreed to meet here.
The lady said you and Emir could hold down the fort, which gave her a chance to, and I quote, take the initiative.
Sounds like her, all right.
Ah, yes. It most certainly does.
Thing is, while we made it to Euchris, the negotiations ain't going so hot. So, she sent me here to fetch a little help.
You crossed the Great Wood by yourself. Madness.
Well, we live in mad times. Also, I had a little help from someone in Euchris who knows the route.
King Umashirith and Lady Periel have known each other since they were children. But though Euchris was the first nation we reached out to before the Battle of Eltisvice, reinforcements never arrived.
Near as I can tell, the Yuma kid wants to help. But he ain't the most forceful sort, and he's surrounded by nervous pillow-sitters who don't want to get on the Empire's bad side.
What? They're playing nice with the jerk faces who invaded Altusvice?
The Empire has been selling a different story. They claim the invasion was in response to border violations committed by House Groom. Besides, the League of Nations is hardly a monolith.
Just a bunch of little fish all looking out for number one.
Regardless, Perry's counting on us, so we should head for Euchris.
Perry?
I mean, Periel. You know, the lady? Lady Periel?
Better.
I can show you the way. Won't even gripe about how I just got back from the place. But first, we need to pop by the Treefolk village.
Ooh, pick me! You gotta pick me! I'll smack some sense into those Empire-loving dummies. Yup!
Would the provisional leader and fantastic captain be so kind as to select the rest of his traveling companions? Concerned as I am, I'd best stay and manage things here. Can I trust you to look after our benefactor? Her ladyship, Countess Periel.
Got it. Thank you. And yes.
So, let's see. If we're headed to the Treefolk village, we want to head across the South Bridge and then southwest, yeah?
Yep. Once we reach the village, I'll guide you the rest of the way.
Oh, spectacular! Utterly spectacular! What an incredible achievement! Where are my manners? My name is Kron, and I'm with the Achievement Society. Our organization publicly recognizes those who have done remarkable things. In fact, I am going to recognize your incredible achievement right now with a nice, sparkly medal. Why, just watch how much fun this is. here we go. Now, on behalf of the society, I'll be opening a branch office right here in town. So, if you achieve, don't forget to stop by and receive. I mean, who even knows what you'll accomplish next? Not me!
So it's back to the Tree Folk Village.
I know already! Can't we just, pursue there somehow? Like with a rune lens. A rune lens of pursuing!
I know rune lenses adapt their power to a wielder's talents, but I don't know anybody who can use pursuing.
So we're going the old-fashioned way?
Looks like we're hoofing it.
The Grey Branches bid you free passage. Go in peace.
Eucharist is just a little farther, I think.
We've reached the border of Eucharist.
So, where is Perry?
Sorry, who?
Sorry, Lady Periel. Where can we find her?
The Euchrisian capital, Haishan. It's on the coast east of here.
Okay, let's get moving! So this is Haishan.
Sure is. I'm guessing we'll find Lady Periel either at the palace or the inn.
The inn?
She booked the biggest room they had. Didn't want to stay at the palace in case the walls had ears.
Gotcha. Then let's go find her. Is there any reason you're staring?
Yeah. Did you just materialize out of thin air?
Did I miss what? Miscalculate? How dare you!
That's not at all what I said.
You listen to me, Buster. I don't make mistakes because I'm perfect with a sparkly, pristine capital P. Whatever you think you saw, you didn't, right?
Right.
That's more like it. Don't you ever question a paragon.
So this is where where Lady Periel is staying?
I have had it up to here with the local aristocracy. It's as though they think of nothing but themselves.
Milady, perhaps you might lower your voice?
Ugh, why bother? If there are spies afoot, I will happily scream my thoughts into their ears. Ask yourselves this, spies. Which do your masters value more? Their country or their personal wealth? Now come, Janquis. Noah, Sabine, impeccable timing.
It's good to see you safe, Perry.
And why wouldn't I be? I had my secret passage, remember? Now then, I understand you're doing a fine job with my resistance army. Tell me everything. So that's what you're calling the castle now?
You like it?
A passable name, I suppose.
Milady, I believe it's time.
Ah, indeed it is. Noah, come with me. We'll be joining a conference between King Yuma and his Chamber of Lords. Strictly as observers, I'm afraid. But I still wish for you and the others to attend me. Save for Jenquis and Sabine, who shall remain here and set up a means to communicate with Ymir back at Castle whatever.
Can't imagine anything more boring than a council, so glad to be counted out.
Not to question you, milady, but would you not prefer me at your side?
Do not treat me like a child, Janequist. Now, relay my dinner order to the kitchen as we discussed. And tell the cook to use a little spice this time.
Sorry, where are we going exactly?
To the palace! It's on the north side of town.
Welcome, Countess Periel. You may enter.
My thanks.
So, what's on the table for this big shindig?
A letter has arrived from Dukes Aldrich, in which he proposes a new relationship between Euchris and Galdia. Which I take to mean leaving the League of Nations and joining the Empire's side.
Betray the League? What kind of scoundrel would agree to that?
Listen to you. You've the fire of a resistance leader already. And you'll soon see for yourself what manner of scoundrel would scheme such a thing. Pray excuse our tardiness.
There you are, Periel. We're just, well, it's good of you to come. Right this way, if you would.
Of course, Your Majesty.
Ah, Countess Groom. You must be quite the important woman indeed to keep His Majesty waiting.
No, it's all right. I promised her I'd wait, and,
Nevertheless, permit me to remind you of your position. You have been invited here to observe, and only to observe. And who, pray tell, are these people?
My humblest apologies, Lord Harlan. If I may, Your Majesty, I would like to present Commander Noah, the young founder of the Resistance Army. Or, nay, founder of the Alliance, a group which seeks to defend the League of Nations from Imperial invasion.
A resistance army, is it?
Well, I don't...
And let me present myself. I'm Leon, and I'm basically his second in command.
An alliance? Well, that sounds most
Ahem! Let us move on to the matter at hand, Your Majesty. Dukes Aldrich of the Galdian Empire seeks an alliance with us, and we must decide if we will accept his terms or no. I believe the Dukes to be a rising star within the Empire, and think there is much we could learn from his bold leadership. I see this offer as a major opportunity for you, Chris. Especially compared to some up-jumped mercenary and whomever else comprises his alliance.
Are you mad? This is the same brazen tyrant who invaded Groom. His true intentions could not be more obvious.
Countess Groom, may I remind you that you are an observer here and nothing more? I expect you to restrain yourself in the presence of His Majesty.
Ugh.
Sorry, Periel. But Lord Harlan, I think, well, maybe there might be some merit to what Countess Groom has to say.
But this is distressing indeed, Your Majesty. You know I have worked tirelessly for you, Chris, ever since your father sat the throne. Yes. I have long been one of House Sharith's most faithful servants, and yet now you claim to have no faith in my perspective? Never mind that House Fallmeyer nearly beggared itself to support this country in its year of famine.
Take heart, Lord Harlan. King Yuma knows well both our family's loyalty to the realm. I am sure he did not mean to dismiss your many great deeds.
No, of course not.
We should act in due haste to inform Dukes Aldrich that we agree to his terms.
Now hold on! You're just gonna surrender to him without a fight?
Such ignorance speaks volumes about you, boy! No one is saying anything of the sort! Dukes Aldrich has kindly extended to us the hand of friendship and unity. If you would speak of war, then tell me what guarantee we have that Euchris's army would prevail. We cannot permit our great nation to fall while under your Majesty's watch.
Yes, but Cassius?
You need only to give the order, Your Majesty, and I shall battle the Empire with everything I can muster.
And what then, General Cassius? Can you promise us victory? Can you guarantee His Majesty that we will emerge triumphant?
The Galdian Empire is more than just Dukes Aldrich. They have the renowned General Goldwyn as well. I would be a poor military man indeed to assure ultimate victory.
There, do you see? No assurances. And if General Goldwyn were faced with our General Cassius, would he promise the Empire victory? What? It's a fair question, don't you think? Even the best generals know there are no guarantees on the battlefield, and in fact, they likely know this fact best of all. Of course, all I know of the matter is what I've read in books. General Cassius, however, speaks from decades of experience. But perhaps, Lord Harlan, you have another opinion? Do you believe our esteemed General Cassius is guaranteed to lose? Well,
Well, Harlan?
No! No, of course I don't believe that. But this argument is mere sophistry. It has nothing to do with the topic at hand. Melridge, you were summoned here to draft our reply once this matter was settled, not to sow doubt in His Majesty with rhetorical nonsense. Quite right, quite right. I do apologize for any confusion I may have caused. That said, there is still time before Dukes Aldrich will expect our reply, and His Majesty seems exhausted. Shall we table the matter for today? But...
Your Majesty!
Yes, I think so. Let's give it a little more time before we decide.
Do you see now what I've been dealing with? It's been an entire week of that.
But aren't you and the king supposed to be friends?
Groom and Euchris have enjoyed favorable relations for generations, and I visited many times as a child. We are acquaintances of old, but I would not go so far as to say friends. Euchris, you see, is one of the 3 great powers of the League, along with Norstar and the Dragon Newt nation of Kinan. My little groom is of minor significance in comparison. Nevertheless, I am told that at the untimely death of Yuma's father, the queen hid herself away in grief. And now, Yuma has come to ascend the throne. He and I come from very similar circumstances.
Yet you have such different personalities.
Yes, well, even as a child, Yuma was never very decisive.
You think maybe he's afraid to defy that Harlan guy?
To be fair, the previous king was quite beholden to Harlan. That is why the man was first given his station. A station he has leveraged for all it's worth. Anyway, we should not tarry here long before returning to the inn. I have no desire to run into Harlan again.
Want to poke around a little until it's time to go?
Say, you're the fellow from the Alliance, right? Don't get me wrong, I wasn't eavesdropping on the conference. I just, happened to catch that one little part.
Who are you?
Oh, oops. Silly me. I'm Eiyuden, King Yuma's handmaid. So, please don't think ill of His Majesty. I know people call him indecisive, but they've got him all wrong. He's a very kind ruler, you see, and He worries about making decisions that lead to people getting hurt.
Where have you been? We should return to the inn at once so I can continue brooding about a solution to this problem.
Do you think there even is a solution?
Well, I guess we could... Wait, no, sorry, I got nothing.
Countess Periel, His Majesty Yuma is here to speak with you. May I open the door?
Of course. Please, enter.
Hello, Periel. I had a little extra time and was hoping I could see you. I'm most pleased you've come to visit.
I only wish it could have been for one of our usual goodwill summits, instead of this most unfortunate situation.
Oh, yes, of course. I'm terribly sorry about your country. Your name is Noah, yes? Did you rise up to fight for Periel's sake?
I rose up to stop the Empire.
You don't say.
Not for me? Oh, such a pity.
Huh?
But never mind that, Yuma. Let me ask you something. Not as the Countess of Groom, but as someone you've known since we were both small. What do you intend to do? Will you fight? Or will you place your trust in Dukes Aldrich?
Well, I just... The truth is, I don't know what the right choice is.
If you stay the course your advisors are laying for you, Chris will be at the Empire's mercy. No, worse, at the Duke's.
But if we fight and lose, my people will fare far worse. Perhaps, the Dukes made a mistake in attacking your country. If so, you could maybe still talk it out?
Your Majesty, you're gonna be late for your next...
Oh, is it that time already? I'm sorry, Periel. We'll continue this later.
Countess Grum, Commander Noah, I bid you both good day.
Ugh, same old Yuma. He never changes. We need to find some way to help make up his mind. Come on, people. Ideas!
Sorry, but I'm not much of an ideas man.
Nope, still nothing. But let's think while we walk. Maybe some exercise will knock a good idea loose.
Not the worst plan I've ever heard.
You again? Really? I hope you're not following me.
Of course not. But are you alright? That looked like a nasty...
I didn't fall.
You skinned your knee. Look.
I didn't fall, okay? So... Oh, yeah. That's pretty gross. You listen to me. My teleportation is flawless. I'm flawless, okay? Impervious to error, which means you didn't see a thing, all right?
All right.
Of course you didn't, because I don't make mistakes.
Okay, but...
Noah, my friend, you putting that pole to good use? Oh, me? Well, since we last spoke in Aaronside, the currents of life have carried me here. And me, I'm not the type to swim against the current.
I'm glad to see you're safe.
Your name's been bobbing around recently, so I have to ask, are you the Noah leading the Alliance army?
One and the same. And I'm recruiting new companions for our forces right now. Would you be interested in joining us?
Oh, you want me to join? I hear you, but I don't know how the current flows around that one. Or maybe I do. Tell you what, friend. Catch me a wheel-eye bream, and I'll sign up on the spot. Catching one of those is a sign of good luck. So if the wheel-eye bream are biting for you, it'd be a clear sign of the way fate is flowing.
How's that? The Alliance seeks to hire a culinary mind. Yes, an intriguing thought. Alas, I'm already on a mission to find a recipe for the legendary dish known as grilled tatuva. I'm told the people who devised it are all bark and, well, that's it actually, all bark. Whatever could that be referring to?
All right, fine! Say it! I know you saw me mess that one up!
So you admit it?
Ugh, I will never live this down!
It's okay. I'm not gonna tell anyone.
Darn right you won't. Well, you've seen what you've seen, and there's no taking it back. Therefore, I must keep you under surveillance and ensure the secret is kept.
Surveillance?
That's right. And know this. No matter what corner of the world you run to, I will find you. There is no escape from Carrie. My hawk-like watch begins now. You will rue having caught me in a moment of sub-perfection. Of course, you can still call on me at any time to demonstrate my flawless teleportation abilities. You do have a... what's it called? A map, yes? Just open your map, point to a destination, and I'll take you there in one perfect blink. Oh, and you should hold on to this. If I'm not around, this ring will achieve more or less the same thing. Don't misplace it. Now I'll be able to keep an eye on him. Shall we?
Huh? What's this place?
Guests, is it? How unusual. I remember you from the conference earlier. Please, come in, come in. I see, I see. You seek some method of swaying His Majesty. But why would you bring this matter to me?
Because you were the one who stood up to Harlan at the conference.
Yup, you were all like, but riddle me this, jerk! And then everyone got distracted and nothing was settled.
Yes, I suppose I did do something along those lines. I admit to being less than thrilled with the prospect of giving Lord Harlan free rein to transform our relationship with the Empire.
Agreed. We cannot permit Dukes Aldrich to have his way on this.
Lord Harlan has been advocating for cuts to the Studium. Should he gain too much power, I might find it hard to continue living in the comfort to which I've become accustomed.
So you're just in it for yourself?
Correct. Not that merely whittling away Lord Harlan's power will change much in the long run. Your name is Noah, yes? Well, there may be a way to change things if a person was so inclined. Countess, did you know Lord Harlan purchased an old manor on the outskirts of town last year from another member of the Chamber of Lords? He's apparently so fond of it that he made it his primary residence.
Well, bully for him. What of it?
I hear the manor has recently seen quite the stream of unfamiliar faces hailing from foreign lands. I wonder if some might be messengers from the Empire. At the same time, security around the manor has been tightened to the extent that actual Euchristians are rarely allowed inside.
So, this matters why?
He's implying that Lord Harlan bought a manor on the outskirts of town in order to meet secretly with foreign agents.
This warrants further investigation.
And one more thing. On the southeast side of Haishan, you'll find an old part of the city known as Lost Town, which was flooded out long ago. While Harlan's House of Mystery may be under tight guard, one could easily slip in by way of Lost Town were they so inclined.
How do you know all that?
Oh, I've been poking around for holes in the man's armor for some time now.
This guy is incorrigible.
So you're suggesting we sneak into Harlan's manor and search for evidence linking him to the Empire?
I'm suggesting that if one were to find such evidence, it could be a breakthrough in terms of the pending alliance negotiations. While I am not fond of proposing tenuous plans, sometimes needs must.
Tenuous certainly beats sitting on a sofa and doing nothing.
Be aware that Lost Town is said to be infested with monsters. Anyone heading there should take all necessary precautions.
We'll be careful. Thanks.
He said Lost Town is on the southeast side of the city, yes?
Yup. Now let's go dig up some dirt on Harlan.
Yeah, let's see how noble he feels when we're done with him.
I think think you might be losing sight of our objective here.
This must be Lost Town.
Lost is putting it mildly. The heck happened here?
There was a terrible disaster, years and years ago. It was long before my time, so I don't know the details.
So if we make our way through this place, we'll be able to sneak into Harlan's manor?
Yup. Or that's what Professor Smarty Pants said, at least. Well, now what? I don't see a way forward.
Easily slip in my foot. The good scholar needs to get his facts straight.
There's no way across?
We've got to figure something out here.
Wait, I know! How about that girl we made friends with in town?
Carrie? Oh, of course! She might be able to teleport us across.
Yup. I mean, it's worth a shot at least.
You want me to use my rune lens power to help you cross this, yes?
Yup. Just shoo us across like champs. Can you do it?
Of course I can. I am perfection incarnate.
Great.
Distance, nominal. Direction, nominal. Landing point? Well, I can't see it, but let's assume it's nominal. Oh, Carrie, you are a paragon.
Yeah, but are you like 1,000% sure here? Because the last time didn't go so hot.
I have never made a single mistake in my entire existence, for I am perfect. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Fear not. I have a perfect mental picture of where we'll land. So?
But you just said you can see. Okay, I'll be quiet.
Now gather round and stay close. Despite my inability to err, I can't have you causing problems.
You've got this, Carrie.
I should probably mention that one blunder will cast us irretrievably into the space between dimensions. But fortunately, that is not going to happen.
Huh?
One moment. Could we just...
So, did we make it?
Apparently. Though I've no idea how. Did you see those giant lizards? What was that?
A blunder.
That's not true. It was just the scenic route.
Right. Well, thanks for that.
Huh. Now what do you make of that?
I think it's coming this way!
It doesn't seem to be hostile.
Oh, it's actually kind of cute.
said it was cute!
Well, clearly I was mistaken. Save it, guys!
Quiet, everybody. Look there.
Yes, exactly. The former king's idiot son is utterly incapable of making up his mind. But I assure you, I will make him consent to this. Considering the debt his family owes me, he is in no position to refuse.
Very well. Just keep a level head, Lord Counselor. You still have time. Focus on making steady progress.
I shall. And, if I may, has word of my efforts reached Dukes Aldrich?
Oh, yes. And he rewards his capable allies most handsomely. That I promise you.
Music to my ears.
And yet you demanded a contract written in the Duke's own hand. Not the most trusting of men, are you?
Is something the matter?
Nothing of import. The Duke is pleased with your work thus far. Just see that you make steady progress.
I will not fail you.
Farewell for now, Lord Counselor.
That conniving vixen! Who does she think she is? Still, if I play my cards right, my dream of sitting the Eucrisian throne may yet come true.
It's her! I knew it!
The woman in the mask? Who is she?
We saw her at the Rune Barrows working with an Imperial spy.
Interesting. But not as interesting as the story we just heard. In all his distrustfulness, Harlan has finally done something to serve his country.
Yep. Let's go find that contract she talked about. Here it is.
It appears legitimate.
So we just take this and hustle our buns out of here?
Yeah. That scholar guy would know what to do with it.
There can be no mistake. This is a contract drafted by Dukes Aldrich. It's written in the same hand as his letter to King Yuma.
Then we have proof of Harlan's betrayal.
We do indeed.
So now Euchris is gonna fight the Empire, right? Right, guys?
Will it, though? I think we may require one more push to help our king find his resolve.
What kind of push are we talking here?
If I may, Commander Noah, I have a little job for you. Very well. I shall head to the palace straight away and sow the necessary seeds.
Gotta be honest, I'm not sure what to make of this plan.
Melridge clearly has something in mind. Are you feeling confident about those acting chops, Noah?
Maybe?
You can do it! Unfounded confidence is an actor's greatest weapon!
The commander of the Alliance can do anything if he puts his mind to it, yes?
Sure. I guess. Here goes nothing.
That's some good booze. Tastes even better on a day like this.
Excuse me, are you the famous spearman Ryufan? I heard talk of your exploits in town.
Well, if the likes of you have heard of me, then I suppose I must be famous.
I am currently seeking stalwart companions. Can I interest you in joining the Alliance?
You wish to be companions, lad? I don't suffer fools who are weaker than I. If you wish to face me and find out if that includes your sorry self, well... Nothing interesting has happened all day. So, why not? That glimmer in your eyes tells me I may actually be in for a fight. So what do you say? Will you test your strength against a tired old man?
Sounds good to me.
You young'uns are always spoiling for a fight. You've got spirit, lad. Now, let's see what else you're made of. Taken down by a plucky upstart. Even at my age, it seems life has plenty of lessons left to teach. Well, that settles that. I'll be joining you, lad. Might even be fun.
Let's join forces.
Call me Ryufan, and I join you as a humble man-at-arms. Now, a toast to camaraderie! Well then, your majesty, have you made your decision? All of you, Chris, awaits your word, for your actions this day could herald a bright new era for our kingdom. In fact, I understand that Duke Aldrich's research into new uses for rune lenses is making great strides.
I'm endlessly impressed at your ability to vomit out nonsense you don't believe in. Oh, you're a politician born and bred. Or perhaps merely a swindler.
How many times must I remind you that you are here as an observer, Countess? Your Majesty, in light of the Countess's continuous interruptions, I suggest you have her removed. Your father would not have tolerated such impudence from a guest. Of that I am certain.
But...
If anyone is removed here, it will be you, Lord Harlan.
What? How dare you?
You're up, Noah. Go get him.
Lord Harlan is a traitor who has conspired to sell out Euchris to Duke Aldrich for his own personal gain.
Traitor? Personal gain?
What? Who do you think you are? The fact you cobbled together some pathetic army out of defeated troops gives you no right to speak to me so. Unless you come bearing proof of this outrageous claim, I suggest you take your seat!
My proof is this contract sent by Dukes Aldrich to Lord Harlan. It says, and I quote, "Should Lord Harlan secure Euchris' surrender, he shall retain his wealth and status, and be given high standing after the dissolution of the Sheerith dynasty." It's all right here on the page.
This, well, the handwriting does seem to match the letter I received from the Dukes.
You damnable varlet! Where did you get that? Oh! No, you see...
It seems you are familiar with this document, Lord Harlan.
No, of course not.
You betrayed me, Lord Harlan. Betrayed your king and your kingdom.
Everything I have done was for the benefit of Euchris. You must believe me. I...
Cassius!
Guards! Prepare the special chamber for Lord Harlan. I have a great many questions to ask him.
You have it all wrong. I am no traitor. In fact, had your father still reigned, this need never have happened. But instead, we have you, Yuma. You! And Euchris cannot persevere with an heir so foolish and feckless. You are driving our kingdom to ruin. What choice did I have but to ally with the Empire?
Get him out of here! Now!
Do you understand now, Yuma? I mean, Your Majesty? Now that you've seen the contract, are Dukes Aldrich's motives not exceedingly clear? The man has no intention of allowing the Sheerith dynasty to continue.
Such treachery.
If the Dukes was willing to do away with the royal family, what would he have done to us?
I choose to do all in my power to help Commander Noah of the Alliance. He's a man I can count on. And I will fight at his side.
Apologies, Periel. Apologies, Lord Counselors. I need a little more time. There might yet be truth to what Harlan said.
Oof. Well, so much for that.
I knew Yuma struggled with decisions, but I had no idea he was this bad. Still, we've done all we can for now. Lord Harlan is in custody, so I will spend the night here. The rest of you may make yourselves comfortable. Just stay out of the back chamber.
Oh, come on. I bet there's rows of beds in there. You can spare one.
Fine, but just the one.
Noah.
Are you all by yourself?
I am. They changed the guards around this time, which gives me an opportunity to slip away. It's been my chance to go on little adventures ever since I was a child. Not that I've ever left the palace grounds or anything. That would be much too scary. In fact, this right here is about the extent of my adventuring zeal. I spoke to Melrich and learned of how you and Periel snuck into Harlan's manor to secure the contract. Periel really trusts you, doesn't she? No, more than that. She relies on you. How I envy that.
Doesn't she rely on you too? I mean, you're the first person she turned to when Galdea attacked, and she's still appealing to you now. She must really trust you.
I would be delighted if that were the case, but is it really me she was counting on? Or did she merely turn to me because I happen to be the person on the throne? I adore Periel. The way she's always spoken her mind, even when we were children. Despite growing up in circumstances not unlike mine, she's never afraid to be herself and do what she wants. She's ever pushing forward.
Well, I'm from a small village, so I can't imagine what you've been through, but you look like a fighter to me. Is that not the case?
Oh, heavens no. I'm worthless. Everyone thinks so, and they're quite right. Oh, I made a few clumsy attempts when I first inherited the throne, but I was never able to rule skillfully as my father did. And now, at the time of my country's greatest crisis, I still can't make up my mind. Instead of deciding, I fixate on all the tragedy my decisions might cause and simply freeze. Harlan had the right of it. I'm a feckless fool of a king. Who would ever follow a ruler like me? That
isn't true. That just isn't true. You aren't a bad king at all, Your Majesty.
What?
You are absolutely and completely wrong about yourself, and you mistake your kindness for weakness. I know how hard you work at being king. I know better than anyone, so please don't speak ill of yourself. It's everyone else's loss if they don't understand what a wonderful ruler you are.
Thank you, Eiyuden. But I will never live up to my father.
There's wisdom in her words, Your Majesty. People have you wrong. Indeed, you have yourself wrong. Now, I grant you may not currently be ruling with the skill and finesse of your father. But you're holding yourself up to a monarch with years of experience already behind him. Surely you can see how superficial it is to compare that man to a king who has taken but the first steps of his reign. A fledgling knight is no match for a hardened veteran. And yet, the youngster possesses something the veteran does not. A future. And I would not have you discard yours so lightly, my king.
Oh, Melridge. Eiyuden?
Oh, forgive me, Your Majesty. I was dreadfully out of line to speak to you like that. I will accept any punishment you see fit.
Then your punishment is to tell me the truth. Do you really believe I can become a good king?
Of course I do. You will be a kind king, and a great one. I'm sure of it.
Thank you. I will. Or at least I shall try to.
I cannot express what an honor it is to fight alongside a man of your esteem, General Goldwyn. If I may, General, I hear we'll be entering Eucharist territory soon. When do you anticipate being able to report our victory to Dukes Aldrich? I must contemplate how best to compose the message.
It is folly to contrive victories from unfought battles. A warrior must approach every enemy with equal sincerity.
But who could Eucharist field who has any hope of victory against you?
General Cassius is a steady hand who commands the love of his men, and I hear the kingdom is home to another formidable mind as well. And also...
Yes?
I take to the battlefield for our Emperor. Despite the great pains Aldrich went through to convince His Excellency of this campaign's merit, I do not fight for the Dukes.
Oh, good morning, all. I take it you spent the night here?
Guys, you are not gonna believe this! Periel? How?
Loose lips, darling. Come, Noah. We're leaving.
Announcing His Majesty, King Yuma.
Have you reached a decision, sire?
If you require a messenger to go to Dukes Aldrich, I am yours to command.
This is it. What's it going to be?
I come bearing urgent news.
Your Majesty, it seems an Imperial Expeditionary Force has been sighted. It is under the command of General Goldwyn, and outnumbers our army 2 to 1.
Double our numbers, and General Goldwyn.
The man is said to be invincible.
Your Majesty!
I've always been a worthless man, Periel. I am incapable of making decisions and paralyzed with fear of how others might view me. I have ever been a coward. I acknowledge this. General Cassius?
Yes, my king.
Melrich?
Your Majesty.
For a period of 2 weeks, beginning now, I entrust to the two of you the entirety of my royal authority. You are to make every decision, for I have no doubt you are more capable of selecting the right choices than I. Call it a coward's conviction if it please you. Regardless, it is the best decision I can muster.
What folly is this? Has His Majesty taken leave of his senses?
Royal authority to a mere general and a lecturer at the studium? Say the word, Your Majesty, and we lords are ready to lead in your stead.
The both of you must refuse this. It will plunge the kingdom into chaos.
Folly from your fool of a king. Yet all the more reason to do it. Pitiful I may be, but I beg of you to save our kingdom.
But
Are you quite certain? After all, what's to stop the General and myself from eliminating you should we come to enjoy this little taste of power?
If that is your choice, then so be it. Were you to do such a thing, I believe it would be for the sake of the kingdom.
Your Majesty.
long have I sworn my service and loyalty to House Sheerith, Your Majesty. But now, I pledge it anew to you, Yuma Sheerith, the man before whom I now take the knee. I shall answer the trust you have placed in me, with all of my heart and ability.
I do not know if my talents are worthy of the faith you place in them, Your Majesty. In fact, it speaks to their inadequacy that I have so clearly misjudged you. And for that, I must atone. Whatever shreds of wit and talent I still possess, I swear to you.
As if any of this gives us a chance against the Empire!
Your Majesty, it's not too late. We can still draft a letter of intent to Dukes Aldrich and...
General Cassius.
Any hope of successfully defending this kingdom will require the full efforts of her people and the full unity of her spirit. The army will be mustered, and the realm's efforts devoted entirely to its defense. Any who choose to publicly object to His Majesty's wishes will be executed on the spot.
We did it! Now we can finally fight back!
I'm not certain such jubilant optimism is appropriate. As General Cassius noted, it will require all the strength you, Chris, can muster to have even a chance of victory.
And we'll be right beside you.
Agreed. This is everything we've been striving for.
Then allow me to formally request the support of the Alliance.
You shall have it and more. We'll return to the inn and have Janequist beat the muster drums.